there is a Netflix series about SEC football, a Drive to Survive type series. Can you please tell the people about that?
Very similar to Drive to Survive, which Formula One does. So Netflix has announced a new series following the 2024 SEC college football season that's scheduled to be released in the summer of 2025. So they must already have some footage and must have already really produced a lot of this. But here's the kicker. Alabama, Georgia, Oklahoma, Texas, and Ole Miss have all opted out and passed.
I was shocked when you said Ole Miss. I feel like this is Lane Kiffin's thing, dude.
That's what I wanted to ask you about. Like, what is this? Lane Kiffin has gotten the message and he needs to eliminate the distractions, or like, why do you think he would pass on this?
I guess. I mean, now, I know they were filming it through 2024. Now that you didn't make the playoff, I guess it's looking like a smarter move. But I feel like the content would be so great from Lane Kiffin. Maybe it is he got that message. I can understand DeBoer being at Alabama, doesn't want all these distractions. I get that, taking over for Nick Saban. Sarkisian makes sense. Kirby, it makes sense. I don't think Saban would have done it. I wonder if they view it, though, as like Hard Knocks. Like Hard Knocks, typically whenever they focus on a team, the team doesn't do well. I wonder how much of that bled into it, but I think it's going to be awesome either way.
Here's the thing with Drive to Survive, and I didn't know anything about Formula One racing before Drive to Survive came out. COVID hit. Darby Lou and I started watching Drive to Survive as a show, and we're like, wow, we got really hooked on Formula One racing, and it was awesome. And that first season, remember, Ferrari and Mercedes both passed, just like these schools are passing. When the second season came out, not only did they not pass, they saw what a success it was. Not only did they not pass on the second season, Ferrari and Mercedes were shown in the very first clips as the hook to the second season. So I just wonder if this is going to start to be a staple and if this has a ton of success and brings in a lot of money, right? Like this is going to bring in money for the schools that are doing it. And you talking about NIL and paying players.
Oh, everybody's going to watch it.
I just wonder if season 2, Kirby Smart's the first face that.
Well, I think if that affects recruiting, like what if it gives you like a boost in recruiting or something like that? Maybe.
Well, I mean,
there's an offshoot.
The first thing that's going to get brought up when it comes to this is distractions.
Sure.
Right. This would be somewhat of a distraction. And, if you're a coach and a player, I wouldn't put it past Netflix to paint you in a bad light in a certain situation. So I'd be somewhat skeptical about that if I'm a coach and a player.
Yeah, but if you're like Mississippi State, right?
Yeah. Well, I'll give you an example. They're two different things, but, I was on Last Chance U multiple times, and the exposure that gave junior college football, not only just the places where they did them at, like Independence and East Mississippi, but junior college football in general. I know they would show things in a negative light. They kind of had to sometimes, but it brought a lot of exposure. I mean, it was not only the Mississippi League, they did it in the KJCC too, as well out there. So, I mean, we've seen a basketball version of it as well. So, I think this is going to be a smash hit. I think they're going to do another one. And it's very interesting to see if any of those schools decide, especially if let's say Texas wins the Natty this year, right? Or something like that. One of them win the Natty, Georgia wins the Natty. Maybe you could afford to have a nice little distraction of a camera crew in there. Maybe your seat isn't as hot, but we'll see. Everybody out there in the YouTube realm, appreciate you being here. Hope you're getting ready to have a fantastic Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, however you celebrate it. We hope it's awesome, and we also hope you hit that subscribe button.